What's going on, everybody? Out here with a Vendetta, and this is just going to be a quick overview of the new build. As you guys know, I crashed my Vendetta, I want to say probably about a month or so ago. I did get a new PB out of it. I did crack 149 miles an hour. Was hoping to crack 150 miles an hour, but it didn't happen. Ended up losing my Mom Monster X8S during that pass. Came to soldered. Basically, I overworked the ESC and lost control of the vehicle because I had no more throttle. So it drifted off at 140 miles an hour, and that's what ended up causing me to crash. So what is new with a Vendetta? Well, the biggest change, obviously, we have this new XLX2 in here. And the next big thing is now I switched over to this KRATON 4S chassis. So now we're at a longer wheelbase. Big thanks to K-Bash for suggesting this. This has made a world of a difference because now I'm able to kind of get this big XLX2 in here. Now that I have this larger motor, I did have the Monster X8S in here, but it just wasn't enough to accommodate this larger motor as far as the power that it was putting out. So it just made sense that I needed to switch over to an XLX2, and this chassis allows me to do that now. What also it allows me to do is have just so much more free space on the other side for accommodating larger batteries. I did have an issue with my larger 6S LiPo before, but now as you can see, it actually fits perfectly in that spot. I mean, obviously this is in the way a little bit, but you can see it fits perfectly in that spot without a problem. This strap I actually grabbed from the Limitless and accommodated it to the larger battery. So it fits perfectly with the larger battery, and if I was to go with the smaller one, which I'll be making a 4S pass this weekend with this Azure 4S LiPo, 9,000 milliamp, and it actually fits in here perfectly. As you guys can see, I have these carbon fiber side skirts I actually made from carbon fiber sheet that I purchased off Amazon. When I initially cut it, I cut it a little short, so I had to add this extension here on both sides to accommodate the body, and I'll be showing you that in a second. I ended up getting an FC100 body for the vehicle that Delta Plastics released for the Vendetta. But what I ended up doing here was with the carbon fiber sheet, I had to screw it into the chassis, and because it was poking out on the battery side, I needed to put these nuts over here to make sure it didn't puncture the LiPos. But I didn't even want them hitting those nuts, so what I did is I put a piece of dual lock with this Velcro to kind of help elevate the battery some so it wouldn't hit those nuts. Let's see, I was able to carry over the drive shaft from the Vendetta. I do have the KaniZRC drive shaft from the Vendetta, and what it allowed me to do is, because it is a longer wheelbase, I was able to kind of stretch out these black cylinders on each side, and it worked out perfectly. I did have a test run with this drive shaft, and everything worked out great. Car was running super smooth with it. We'll find out when I get into the faster speeds how well it holds up, but I think it'll be okay. Let's see what else. Just to kind of touch, so this is the same motor mount from the Vendetta transferred over to the 4S chassis. So everything from here back is from the Vendetta. Everything from here front is from the Vendetta as well. So the only thing that's different, and I think I mentioned this before, is the diffs that are in here. The diffs are from a KRATON 4S, which kind of makes sense since I'm running a KRATON 4S chassis now. So it seems like this is turning into a hybrid of KRATON / Vendetta, which is pretty interesting. I did transfer everything over as far as my A-arms and everything. As I mentioned, everything from here up is from the Vendetta, and here back I did have to Dremel out the chassis a little bit more than in the Vendetta. As you can see, I have my washers over here on my A-arms. I have it on this side as well, and over here on the hubs, and I'll put pictures up so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm trying to think of anything else that has been done that you guys don't really know about. Let's see. Actually, foams. Previously I was running my GRPs. I am not running GRPs anymore. I am running these BSR Low Profile 96mm foams. These 96mm foams are the exact same size as my GRPs that I ran before. However, they won't expand, which is great. Trying to think of anything else before I jump into the body. Well, leading to the body, I'll talk about the splitter real quickly. So this splitter is from the world record body. What I ended up doing was dropping the body on top, and basically running a Sharpie over here and making sure everything was lined up properly. And then I grab my Dremel and cut it out, and it actually fits perfect with the FC100. So now jumping over to the body. So this is the Arma Vendetta FC100 body that Delta Plastic is selling for the Vendetta. I did have to make a little awkward cutting and stuff like that because this is a longer wheelbase chassis. You can see the cuts are off of where the molding would be for the wheels, but I had to do that to accommodate the longer wheelbase. I did manage to get it where it fits perfectly. I can't really drop it on right now because I haven't cut my hole for my antenna just yet, but it actually fits perfectly. I have everything lined up where it should be. The only thing that I had to do is with my my mounting pegs here. I did have to switch out both my front and my rear from the Vendetta ones that I had to the Arma Limitless ones, which are taller. So this works out perfectly as far as making sure the body is aligned where it needs to be in proportion to the wheels. So again, I had to switch out my pegs from both the front and rear to accommodate the height of the body. I can't think of anything else. I think as far as mounting, I think my receiver was here before. I'm not 100% sure, but I was kind of able to clean things up a little bit more with this XLX2 being in here. But I can't think of anything else. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.